Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre with TeddyBaldassarre.com. In this video, we're looking at one of my personal favorites from Ball Watch Company with the Engineer 3 Marvelight Chronometer Carrying Edition. So in this video and on this channel, we cover watches available for purchase on our website, TeddyBaldassarre.com, as a full authorized dealer. So in this video, deep dive on this timepiece, final points of consideration at the end, but also throughout this video, if you have further questions, check out the link in the description down below where you can purchase the watch, see more information, and book a time with one of our dedicated watch specialists as well. But guys, let's jump into the video, take a closer look at this watch. In the past 2 years, there's been many new watches that have been, of course, unveiled. But one that seemed to slip through the cracks and only was picked up by many of the most in-the-know enthusiasts was a watch from Ball Watch Company with the Engineer 3 Marvelight Chronometer, known as the Carrying Edition. It was unveiled as a limited edition model available in both 40mm and 43mm variants, and was made popular because of its striking use of tritium in a multicolor rainbow environment. Some people were very against the look of this thing, but others just absolutely loved it. And today we have the 43mm option. So let's take a closer look. So looking at this Marvelight on the wrist, we have a case measurement of 43mm across and a lengthy 49.8mm from the lug to lug distance, while sitting at 13.5mm thick, including the crystal cyclops above the date window for substantial wrist presence. Although it is a large case with a considerable bracelet design, there is a refinement and versatility similar to that of the Rolex Datejust 41 with the fixed smooth bezel along the outside. While this particular variant case is going to work best on larger wrists above, I would say 17.5 centimeters, Ball does offer this same model on a more moderate 40mm case, which seems like the one that's the better selling of the two, and a bit harder to get your hands on now. The case is entirely mirror finish from the rounded case sides through the signature and distinguished lugs and across the smooth bezel. Even the screw down crown at the 3 o'clock is entirely polished from the deeply grooved sides to the sign top surface. No surprise in crown operation, unscrew it from the side of the case into the first position to hand wind the movement, extend the crown into the second position for the date adjustment, and finally extend the crown all the way out to advance those hands and adjust the time while stopping the second hand in the process. And pairing the screw down crown with the screw down case back gives this model 100 meters of water resistance, making it serviceable in water for most recreational activities. One of the real highlights to this watch is the well-crafted bracelet, measuring an odd-sized 21mm at the end links in between the lugs. The design of the bracelet is a combination of H-shaped link segments as well as faceted protruding center links. The H-shaped segments feature a brush finish to the top of the surfaces, including the beveled edges. Contrasting the brush with a high-polished surface is the center link, which ultimately elevates the overall design, leading into a dressier approach we typically see from this type of bracelet configuration. Plenty of sizing links are provided as well, including a pair of half links, and they are all secured with an upscale threaded post that can be screwed in rather than relying on a more budget-friendly pin and sleeve system. Hidden is a polished butterfly clasp completed with the bracelet. There are no push buttons to unlock the clasp, so to open the bracelet, you would pull the last two links where the ball name is etched. The underside of the bracelet is exclusively brushed, emphasizing wearability and comfort by softening the sharp interior edges. And overall, this is a pretty solid bracelet, well constructed. One thing I will say, it's a tad more boxy than I probably would like for my personal bracelet, but that's going to be a bit subjective and kind of what you want. If you want that substantial look and feel, this certainly has it. As we transition over to the dial, we have a flat sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, providing a clear view of the deep matte black dial below. Now, the first thing we need to talk about is kind of the balance here for the setup. You have this excellent black backdrop to allow these micro gas tubes as hour markers to really pop. If you're not familiar with Ball watches, rather than using modern luminous paint, the company utilizes glass microtubes filled with tritium gas that glow in the dark by reacting to luminescent material within the tube. In addition to its constant illuminating, tritium gas will last years before slowly fading. Large raised rectangular microgas tubes are accompanied by a colorful base in many different colors to give this dial its distinctive character and separate the Carrying Edition from other models within this collection. All of the tritium tubes are going to be executed with this multicolor format, and this is unlike anything else I have seen on the market in terms of this utilization of just color. Again, although it's not going to shine as bright as Superluminova, when you get this in a very dark environment, it's just going to put on a show for anybody that has this on their wrist or those anywhere near it. At 3 o'clock, a step date window displays a white date wheel below, while legibility is vastly improved by the Cyclops magnifier, which is applied to the top of the crystal. In the center of the dial, we have a set of faceted Dauphine hands charged with the time-telling duties, and they are paired with the Lume Thin Sweep second hand. Finally, printed across the top of the dial, we have the ball logo, and below the hands, we have 2 lines of text referencing the chronometer status of the movement inside, as well as the 100 meters of water resistance rating being mentioned as well. Turning the watch over, we have a solid screw-down case back with the center space that is dedicated to an embossed image of a train, a reference to, of course, the foundation of the Ball Watch Company in 1891 in Cleveland, Ohio. Beneath the case back lies the caliber, the RR1103C, which is based on the ETA 2824-2. This caliber operates at 28,800 vibrations per hour, 4 Hertz, does have a 38-hour power reserve, and of course features hacking seconds as a function. In addition to the standard features, this one is enhanced with anti-magnetic along with anti-shock properties. You also have a classic regulating pin for simple time regulation and servicing capabilities. And this is a chronometer grade movement, which features higher end finishing, even though they can't be seen in this instance, as well as a finely tuned balance assembly for accuracy within COSC standards, -4 to +6, with this one running well within those standards. All right, so now to unpack looking at this Engineer 3 Marvelight Chronometer Carrying Edition. So this is going to be a watch from Ball, and Ball as a brand is kind of in the same way. You either love it or you hate it. And this is going to probably even further those polarizing views given the use of color exhibited here. But from my perspective, I think this is well done, it's fun, it gets a conversation going, and it's just so different. The use of tritium, for one, is going to be not something you're going to see in every watch. It doesn't really work, and some people don't like the boxy tube structure that you have to house the tritium gas in to actually do it in a substantial and meaningful way. But this watch was released in the middle of 2020, and when the world needed more things to be lighthearted about, this watch delivered in just some small capacity. The engineer format in which this watch is built is well constructed, very nicely finished. The bracelet, although a little bit bulky in its execution, you don't have the finest articulation of those links, is still going to be well finished for the money. This is going to be the larger of the two, so it's probably going to size out some people out there. Again, keep in mind that there was a 40mm option unveiled in unison with this one. You're getting a COSC certified movement on the inside, so accuracy and reliability, serviceability down the road should not be an issue. And simply put, this is a fun tool watch. You don't typically see this type of combination with this utilitarian setup and structure. It's used with this engineer design. But then when you combine the colorful execution of those tritium tubes on the dial, I just think it's a lighthearted take on a watch design and a brand that typically is all business. And even if this watch isn't for you, you can't help but say, hey, that is going to start up a conversation. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. That really does help out the channel. Do appreciate that in the process as well. And also, if you're in the market for this watch, check it out. It's available on TeddyBaldassarre.com. TeddyBaldassarre.com is a full authorized dealer of all the brands that we carry, quick and fast fulfillment, dedicated customer support, also offer a full factory warranty for all the products that we offer. We also offer price match, so if you see one of our products for cheaper at another authorized dealer, fill out the form and we'll be in touch with you. And finally, 9 out of every $10 that we generate goes right back into the content here, as well as on our main channel, trying to help foster a new generation of watch enthusiasts in the process. But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.